As the mother river of China, the Yellow River has nurtured the Chinese civilization for 5,000 years. Now, China is planning a great project, called the Second Yellow River. This is the Honchi River project. However, such a great project has angered India. This is because the rivers involved in this project would affect several other countries, such as India. The Honchi River project will pass through the border mountains of the Qinghai-Tibet Plateau, and if it takes most of its water source, it may cause the water level of the Ganges to drop. India is very worried that China will take away their water source, so it has been strongly opposed to the project. But will this project really affect India that much? Why it has not started construction until now? Is it because China is afraid of India? Hi! Welcome to Hot Topics Time. Before we start today's video, please subscribe to our channel, which is the encouragement that we can create more videos. Okay, let's continue the topic we are talking about. In 2012, China had successfully completed the middle route of the South to North Water Diversion Project, and also realized the first phase of the East Route Project, successfully providing water sources for more than 40 large and medium-sized cities such as Beijing and Tianjin, and more than 280 counties and urban areas. As of May 2022, the cumulative water transfer volume of the Middle and East routes has reached 53.1 billion cubic meters. However, the northwestern region of China is still in a state of extreme water shortage, and the western route of the South to North Water Diversion Project is still in the planning stage. In order to solve the problem of water use in the northwest region, including Xinjiang, Gansu, Ningxia, and Inner Mongolia, in 2017, China officially proposed Project S-4679 to study and discuss the feasibility of the South to North Water Diversion West Route Project, that is, the Honchi River Project. Speaking of which, many people may think that the western regions of China are in a situation of severe water shortage, but in fact, only the northwest is short of water. In Tibet, the annual precipitation can reach 713.2 billion cubic meters, and the annual runoff of the rivers in the region is about 448.2 billion cubic meters. However, the annual runoff of the Yellow River in China is only 58 billion cubic meters. Therefore, in order to solve the problem of water shortage in the areas along the Yellow River, it is necessary to increase the runoff of the Yellow River. These rivers include the Brahmaputra, Nujiang, and Lancang rivers. The water they flow to foreign countries every year has more than 300 billion cubic meters of water, which is almost equivalent to 5 or 6 yellow rivers. Even in the southwest, there are abundant glacial water resources and groundwater resources, which are about 33.2 billion cubic meters and 110.7 billion cubic meters respectively. The northwest region seems to be in another world. In Xinjiang, there is one of the largest deserts in China, the Taklamakan Desert, which covers an area of 330,000 square kilometers. In the entire northwest region, the annual precipitation is only 300 to 400 millimeters, but the evaporation can reach 1,500 to 2,000 millimeters, and the precipitation is only 1/5 of the evaporation, which shows how dry the northwest region is. Local residents and livestock can only store rainwater by themselves, which severely limits the development of the local economy. Therefore, in order to solve the water problem of the people in the northwest and promote the local economic development, the Honchi River project is required. The Honchi River project will mainly use Brahmaputra, Nujiang, and Lancang rivers as water sources, which are rich in water and low in utilization rate, and transfer water in the way of artesian flow throughout the whole process to provide water supply capacity for the vast northwest region. The project first takes water from around the Big Bend of Brahmaputra. After it joins with other water sources, it is necessary to dig a tunnel to enter the Lancang River after traveling about 60 kilometers. After about 43 kilometers, it merges into the Jinsha River, where it needs to continue to travel for 100 kilometers, and the water is introduced into Brahmaputra through the combination of water works such as tunnels, open channels, and reservoirs. after passing through some major rivers, bypass the Wuxieling to the Honchi corridor, and finally pass through the edge of the desert to the Hotan and Kashgar areas. Looking at this winding and long-distance Honchi River project, many people said, can this really solve the problem of water use in the Northwest? According to expert estimates, once the Honchi River project is successfully constructed, the water that can be transported to the Yellow River can reach 60 billion cubic meters per year. This can almost reach half of the average runoff of the entire Yellow River. It can not only make use of hundreds of millions of farmland abandoned due to extreme water shortage along the Yellow River, and improve China's agricultural productivity, the most important thing is to promote the economy along the Yellow River. Since the project will eventually pass through the edge of the desert, it may be possible to solve the problem of soil erosion nearby and further prevent the process of land desertification. The influx of water can improve the local climate for a long period of time in the future, and improve the quality of the local ecological environment. There is even an opportunity to develop part of the desert into an oasis to develop tourism in the Northwest. In fact, from the previous project concept, we can already feel the difficulty of the Honchi River project. The total length of the entire project is about 6,188 kilometers, of which only a few hundred kilometers of natural rivers can be used, so the remaining nearly 6,000 kilometers of the project needs to be solved by China. Since then, the Honchi River project will become one of the water conservancy projects with the largest amount of water diversion, the longest and the most difficult water diversion in the world. In addition, with a large altitude and drop, and it is located in an earthquake zone, so the construction process can easily trigger natural disasters. On top of that, it is also difficult for experts to assess the stability of the Honchi River project's water transfer volume, despite an initial estimate of 60 billion cubic meters. But in fact, after analyzing the water source development of those rivers one by one, it is found that it is very difficult to achieve this goal. The data shows that the ideal water transfer volume that can be achieved each year can only reach about 44 billion cubic meters, which is only about 70% of the initial estimate. Of course, there are also some international issues that I cannot ignore, because several rivers included in the project plan will flow into India and other countries. Therefore, India pays great attention to the projects located in the upper reaches. Once China has related plans, the Indian media will mislead the Indian people with exaggerated remarks, which can easily intensify the contradiction between the two countries. In fact, China has explained it more than once. Take the Brahmaputra as an example. Although China is in the upper reaches, its engineering construction will not reduce their runoff. It can even effectively alleviate flooding in northeastern India, so they don't have to worry at all. Based on these problems, China has not dared to rashly carry out construction, so we can only hope that the engineering team can overcome these problems one by one and provide sufficient water for the Northwest region as soon as possible. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas with other people. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Hot Topics time to explore the wisdom behind the news. We will see you in the next video.